Call of Duty, one of the biggest franchises in the world. And this time around, it comes to Game Pass. And the reviews are out for Call of Duty Black Ops 6. And we're looking at a game that has scored an 85 on Metacritic, which is very, very good. And I think people are very happy with this game. And we're going to get right into it. So thank you for watching. And please remember to hit the subscribe button. Because I'm RJ. This is Game News USA. Let's get into it. So I loved, and I use the word past tense for the most part, the Call of Duty series. Especially the original Modern Warfare trilogy and really Black Ops, the trilogy, 1 through 3. Outside of that, I've had a very mixed history with Call of Duty. And I personally have decided to not buy Black Ops 6. It's not really the stuff I play anymore. But I did want to cover it on the channel. I did want to go over the reviews and see, maybe I could be convinced. Or maybe you will be convinced to buy it. Or not buy it. So let's jump right into it. Like I said, it's an 85 overall. The user score is a 7.6. Not many reviews, though, which I found really odd. I don't know what the holdup is. You know, we're several days after the game has come out. But I'm running with this anyway. We have 11 positive reviews and 1 mixed. Starting with VG247 actually having the audacity to give this game a perfect 100. Saying, Black Ops 6 isn't just a strong new entry in a massive franchise. It feels like going to Burger King and getting exactly what you ordered. It's the most confident Call of Duty has been in years, with both Raven and Treyarch taking a few well-calculated chances and winning. So VG247 super high on Black Ops 6. The Daily Star also with a perfect score, 100, saying this is an excellent first-person shooter with best-in-class multiplayer, a stunning story mode, and over-the-top enjoyable zombie smashing. Gaming gun action has never felt so good. And I will say this, it's glad to see this game back to its roots. The maps feel like they're good, the gameplay looks good, and most importantly, it doesn't bog you down with a bunch of modes and features that you don't like. Everybody that likes Black Ops series, they love either one of the 3, maybe 2 of the 3, or all 3, campaign, multiplayer, zombies. Now, me, myself, I always spent the most time in multiplayer. I would always start with the campaign. Sometimes I'd fuck around with zombies, especially if I had friends over. But when I'm by myself, when the campaign's already completed, when it's up to me to choose a mode, I typically gravitated to the endless hours of multiplayer, especially when I had more time to do so, and sink hundreds of hours into the game to get camos, to unlock things, to progress, to prestige master. And I think that this game will be good for up-and-coming people who are in the same position I used to be in and have the time to grind and play and have fun. And if you happen to be somebody who used to like something like Black Ops 2, maybe you could find some fun in Black Ops 6 again. Doing something that feels familiar yet different. GameLiner with a 90, saying Black Ops 6 revitalized the series with its new Omni movement mechanic, blending fresh gameplay with classic elements. The single-player mode impresses with an open-world design and a strong narrative. Interesting. Open world. I don't know about that for a Call of Duty campaign. Dot Esports with a 90, saying the most complete COD package in years. Black Ops 6 is further proof that Treyarch are the masters of the franchise. That I agree with. By far, give me a Black Ops game over anything else they do with Call of Duty. Seriously. IGN France with an 80, saying a robust episode. A pity not to capitalize on the annual worries to release an XXL 2024 opus. Still, BO6 is a success. Screen Rant with an 80. Another year brings another iteration of gaming's FPS royalty, and perhaps more so than its relatives. Call of Duty Black Ops 6 is a rather convincing argument for why the series remains on top. Because here's the thing, a lot of people love their first-person shooters, and their first-person shooter of choice will typically be Call of Duty. You get home from a long day of work, you turn on the console, you start playing, and you play some multiplayer, then you shut it off. That's what people do with Call of Duty. The matches are long enough to be engaging, but short enough to be not time-consuming. It is as time-consuming as you want it to be. You could get sucked in and play 10 hours. You could play an hour. You could just turn it on and play 2 matches and you're off. But that's always been the appeal of the Call of Duty multiplayer. The Guardian with an 80. Black Ops 6 is the best title in the series for years. It's still a maniacal first-person shoot-fest that many players will absolutely detest. No critics of games that glorify the military-industrial complex are going to be converted at this stage. Shut the fuck up. No one wants to hear you preach about the military-industrial complex when you're doing a Call of Duty review. Shut the fuck up. Even when The Guardian puts out a decent review as far as the score goes, I still have to bitch about The Guardian. Every time I do a video where I'm going over reviews, The Guardian has to say or do something that's completely fucking stupid. So I apologize they even read their fucking review, because we know The Guardian is trash. Trash. Games Radar Plus with an 80, saying, with the best Call of Duty campaign in years and a tweaked movement system that comes to life in multiplayer, Black Ops 6 is both a return to form and a great entry point for new or lapsed players. Just don't expect it to do anything interesting with the Gulf War setting. So, a couple things there. I'm happy to see campaign. You know, Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War was fine too. I had that game for a little while. This feels like a step up from that. Black Ops 4 had an awesome multiplayer. There's just one problem. They didn't fucking include a campaign for whatever reason. It was the trend at the time, like Titanfall had said or something. Where it was like, we're just going to put the multiplayer out, no campaign. Bullshit, you have to give me a campaign. Because you have to give me a reason to care about what the fuck I'm doing. You know, campaign helps rise the tide of the multiplayer and vice versa. Okay? So, good on them for bringing the campaign back the last few entries or so. And hopefully it stays that way. But anyway, let's continue. Radio Times with an 80, saying, despite the qualms I have with the maps, Black Ops 6 is a real return to form for the franchise, which goes to show some extra time in the lab makes all the difference. I can't wait to see Treyarch's post-launch plans have in store. Probably a lot of microtransactions. Vandal with an 80. Call of Duty Black Ops 6 is, for now, a big yes. After a Modern Warfare 2 that was a step backwards, and a Modern Warfare 3 that clearly had a DLC flavor, Treyarch is stepping along with their heirs to Black Ops Cold War with a campaign rich in references. So yeah, definitely, you know, everybody shit on Modern Warfare 3 last year. It's funny, it actually had the Modern Warfare 2 maps, and I think a lot of people were shitting on it because of the campaign, which hardly any player plays anyway. Let's be real. A Hobby Consolis with a 78 saying Call of Duty Black Ops 6 isn't a step forward from the series, but it does manage to catch its breath to some extent. A campaign that's the result of too many ideas that hit and miss constantly. A multiplayer that's not for the faint of heart. You gave it a 78. That's not a bad score, bro, but your review reads differently. And the low score on the totem pole is the only mixed review on here. Digital Trends with a 70. Saying Call of Duty Black Ops 6 offers story thrills, wacky movement, and a whole lot of microtransactions. There we go. There we go. Microtransactions. Guys, where the fuck's the IGN at? Where's GameSpot? Where's these other big reviewers? They've had days and days to fucking play this game, and they can't come out with a review. So, we did this video without them. We don't need you. You need the fans. So anyway, guys, with that being said, thank you all for watching. Peace. Have a good one. I'm out.